Let's come back to WWTF, the fastest game show on Mike C.
And I'm Fred Y.
Hey, excuse the long introduction. We still tired, trying to recuperate from waking up, trying to get these systems. So, what we talking about today, Fred?
Today we're going to be giving our 1,000% honest review of the Xbox X Series S and the PlayStation 5. See, I got it right that time. I was about to say PlayStation 4. But yeah.
Yep.
We're going to give you our honest reviews, man. And again, we're not sponsored by no one. So, and then we did not get a review copy. And like I said before, I was going to hate on people if they got theirs before ours. If y'all caught the horror story yesterday, y'all know how. But before we get into it, man, we still got some promotions going on, man, that we'd like to let y'all know about. First promotion is the Christmas giveaway, man. We are giving a ton of games away on Christmas Day, and the way that you participate is by donating $5 to the Gamer Show through our Cash App. That's $THAGAMERSSHOW. And if you donate the $5 through the Cash App, you will get a ticket to win. The other one that we have going on is we have the Cyberpunk $1 raffle. Again, you can enter in as many times by donating $1 to the Gamer Show on our Cash App. That's $THAGAMERS. The Game Show. We spell it the getaway. So if you want to enter in how many times you want to, just specify if you want it for the Xbox or the PlayStation, because we will be giving 2 copies of those away. All right. And I got the advisory thing on, so I went on ahead and took care of that, because it's gonna be a whole lot of explicit. Guaranteed.
Fantastic. It wouldn't be Fred if it wasn't.
So
you good over there?
yeah.
Hey, y'all, you just got to realize, what Fred was up there talking about as far as the stuff yesterday. Fred's probably been up for like 7 or 8 days straight or something like that.
Since
probably took a nap.
last Sunday.
So really went through a lot to see about getting these consoles and everything.
And
but,
drunk too. And drunk. Don't forget about the liquor.
Yeah. You had to stay steady. Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about the PlayStation 5.
Okay. So we both secured our PlayStation 5s, not on launch day, but the day after launch, and we secured them at Target. So we want to give a big up to, I don't want to say it, but Target. Oh, jeez, we want to give a big shout out to the damn Target for allowing us to get our PlayStation systems.
Well, look, I do like far as how, when you guys actually purchased it, they had it up front of customer service instead of the mad dash trying to run to the electronics, which you could have seen that, let's say if something like that was happening, a lot of people would have got hurt and all unnecessary stuff. So they did good about that, and that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, I give it up for Target, because even when the PlayStation 4 came out, they handed out tickets. And if you didn't have a ticket, you could not buy the system. This year, when the PS5 came out, they handed you out a ticket. And they already had them at customer service, and they had 7 registers already open. So you came in there, and the process took less than a minute to buy. Boom,
That's
got
awesome.
it, and then we got out. So all right. Yeah. So
go ahead, Fred. I want to hear you first, Fred. Do we even rate this yet, or do we just say, "Hey, yeah"?
I don't think we should rate it, because we was job pressed to get it. So shit, if we give it a low rating, they were like, "Oh, you got the shit, so what the fuck?" Nah, man. I think let's flat out, we're gonna give both the systems a 5 out of 5. Let's just hand it that. Let's just hand it that. We just gonna, because we both like the systems. But there are some shit that Mike and I have our discrepancies on. So,
Mm-hmm.
the PlayStation 5. Now they came out with the digital version and the disc version, and please, y'all, please do not, before we go on, please don't feed eBay with all these. You don't have to pay $2,000 for this. Even if I did not get my hands on it, I was not going to pay $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 for a system. These systems are coming out, and if you watched the stream yesterday, I showed y'all how you could go and find where the consoles are, and you can go get them right then and there. If you don't, we'll give you more information on the stream after we finish talking about the Xbox and PlayStation. So the PlayStation 5, I'm gonna say for right now, as it speaks, it's an okay system. And the reason why I'm saying it's an okay system is because, number one, there are no games, and don't give me the Spider-Man Miles Morales or the Call of Duty Cold War, which we are giving away on Christmas Day if y'all participate in the $5 raffle. Those are two games that's included. It's not all of that right now. And I'm not just saying that because I have possession of it, because if I didn't have possession of it, I wouldn't know to say this. But there's no games out for this system that harness the whole power of this console. Now, the console does 8K, 4K, 1080p, which is the lowest resolution out there. But this is the deal, guys and girls. The unit doesn't mean a damn thing if you don't have a TV to run it. If you don't have a TV that supports 120 hertz, then you just brought a PlayStation Pro. And I'm being 100 with you. If you don't have a TV that you can do 4K at 120 frames, you brought a PlayStation Pro, right? If you don't have a TV that can do 4K at 60 frames, you brought a PlayStation Pro. Now, the reason why I say don't do that eBay shit is because the same amount that you pay for that eBay console of that PS5 that you could get later on this week or next week, if you do your due diligence, you could buy a real PlayStation 5 and look at the graphics that this thing offer. Now, I said don't count Miles Morales and don't count Call of Duty Cold War. Because both of these systems are on last and current gen systems. So I don't they're optimized and shit. I don't take that as the full capability of it. Even with the optimization, if you don't have a TV that supports it, you're still playing your last gen console. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? You can do all the haptic feedback of the controllers and woo and all this other shit. That shit don't still mean nothing. Even the game that comes free with it, if you don't have a TV to support it, you're not seeing shit. That's 100. Okay, hold up. Somebody done. What's up, Done? Oh, by the way, we're simulcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch TV, and I say Facebook and Periscope. So Done, Far Cry may be the game that can show the case of actual power of the PS5. Done. I don't think so. You got hear me out, Done. Unless a game comes out specifically for that system to say, hey, this is exclusive on next gen consoles, right? Because both consoles do about the same damn thing, other than the S, right? Unless they come out with a game that specifies that, you're not gonna see shit. You ain't gonna see a damn thing because these games are optimized for the lower resolution of like 2K, and I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about spec wise, like 1440p. 1440p is not it's hot. It's Ultra HD, so it's not like 4K, right? So 1440p. These are made for platforms across the board. Now, if it just said that you could play the game on the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, with the PlayStation 5, the Series X, and the PC, that would be something totally different. Um, you could we could try Bloodborne. Thanks, Don. Dunn, because Dunn is commenting in the chats, man.
Welcome.
So Dunn, don't forget to participate in the raffle, man, because we're giving all those games away on Christmas, and we're giving away Cyberpunk whenever the shit decides to come out on PlayStation and Xbox. So the PlayStation 5, it's a okay console right now for the launch of it, but there are no games that really utilize that system. I'm gonna hand it over to you for a second, Mike. But before I do, we're also going to talk about the peripherals that you can get for this thing. Don't get none other than the charging dock. There's no need to get the camera, because the camera, you have to order an adapter if you want to play your VR games, and then you have to have the version 2 of the VR for the pass through. And even with that pass through for the second version of the VR, it doesn't pass through 8K. And I doubt it would successfully pass 4K. Because the problem now, like if you own the version 1, you notice that you have to keep disconnecting it because you can't play your games on the PlayStation
I got the
Pro.
version 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that box doesn't handle that pass-through box doesn't handle it. So it's going to be the same thing. If 8K games come out, then you're going to have to keep unboxing, detaching that box. So the camera for right now is a safe fail, because we don't know if the next generation of VR headsets for the PlayStation is coming out. And then one of the most ridiculous peripherals that you can get for the PlayStation 5 is the remote control. There is no need for you to use the remote control, because everybody uses the controller.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no need. That is
right.
You have
that's
no need.
Extra money.
Yeah, that's money that you could put towards a game. You don't need a remote control for the PlayStation. Neither any video game consoles, because you're using the controller. It doesn't make
your phone
sense.
too.
Oh yeah, you can use your phone. There's no need for that. So PlayStation will come. I'll come back to it, but I'm gonna hand it over to Mike.
All right. So I did like, far as the introduction, far as the PlayStation 5, the home screen, how it first pops up. Yeah, it really does feel like you're really getting something special. Also, too, I love how with both these consoles, it's so easy to start up. So basically, everything is like you can connect through your phone. You just hit the little password and stuff, and your stuff is like there, already downloading. Your profile's already set. It's really like no time for you know how you always had to go enter the stuff, type in everything like that. You just did it with a push of a button, and it was there. I do like how fast the setup was. Now downloading is a different thing, different animal. So you know, with the PlayStation 5, it doesn't really support the external hard drive and stuff yet. Granted, you can get some stuff on there, but it doesn't really fully utilize the capability for that, because we really don't know, as far as with the updates and everything, what it's going to allow you to do in the future. Now, this is an SSD device, and the devices we have now are USB, you know, as far as storage centers. So, but with that, as far as what the PlayStation does offer, as far as the haptic feedback, what's the actual playroom? So if you really want to get a feel of what the haptics and everything of how the controller makes a difference up in the game, this is like, it does really good. It's a really good tech demo, let's say that, as far as the Astro's Playroom. With the new console, there's always problems. So my stuff did do a rebuild too, as well as I think yours did too as well, Fred.
Sure enough.
So it did do that. I didn't have no problem with the Spider-Man that a lot of people say they was having with far as the texture tearing. Three?
Nah, that's Chimmy. He asks how many USB ports does the PlayStation 5? Really 4. because that
The
USB-C
front.
type is in the front. So it's really four. It's two in the back, one USB, I guess 1.0 or 2.0 in the front, and then the USB-C type. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Also, too, my TV does not run the 120 hertz with a 2.1 HDMI. It has the crazy thing with TVs. They say they have the capability to run that, but if you don't have the 2.1 HDMI inside your TV, you're not going to fully utilize the 120 at 4K at at the 4K gaming. So my thing can do 4K 60 hertz. These TVs that came out in 2020, majority of them have them now. But if you bought a TV last year, it's not going to work for this. It is not going to work for that. So you won't see the full capability, like Fred says, of what these consoles can offer. Granted, it looks beautiful. I do enjoy it, but as far as getting the full capability, I'm gonna have to get another TV.
Yeah.
And brother just bought these two consoles, so he ain't getting no TV no time soon.
And don't look for the TVs on the Black Friday. Don't look for those.
Oh no, because those are basically older TVs. Yeah. The only TV right now, I think, they got the LG Nano TV. You just got to make sure you look out for the 2.1 HDMI. Because a lot of these TVs that they're selling are old models, which is the 2.0. So it's not going to give you that full capability of these consoles to utilize all that stuff. And like Fred said, as far as with these consoles, these games coming out, Spider-Man, love the game. Love the game. It's fun. But like you said, it's really nothing really showing as far as what these consoles really have to offer. It's a glimpse. You get a small glimpse of the capability of this stuff as far as the fast loading times and basically a better quality of life with these consoles, honestly. It's just a better quality of life, so you won't have to worry about loading up your games that fast. Downloading it right now is a nightmare. Downloading takes a lot of time, so you go do something else while it downloads. But as far as like once the stuff downloaded, gameplay, smooth. I can't say nothing about that.
Crank said, I think the graphics are overrated.
Overrated?
Yeah. In a sense, because we have to remember, even with the end cycle of the PlayStation 5, end cycle of the PlayStation 4, they are just now harnessing the capabilities and the graphics of that. You know what I'm saying? There were some games early on when the PlayStation 4 came out, like we gave it a low rating, but it was that Order 1800, and I think that was
1886, brother. You should know that by heart.
1886, and PT was the
right.
And I'm gonna let y'all know if PT still works for the.
It doesn't, but go ahead.
Oh, it doesn't.
No, I just know it doesn't because I ain't that lucky. So no, it doesn't.
So, we're not going to see the harness of this until maybe a year or two out. Because the game, there is one game on the PlayStation 5 that came out that you can get that supposedly harness the power of the PlayStation. But that's a cartoony type game. What's that game called, Mike? It's only on the PlayStation 5. I don't know,
you got me for a loop. You got me for a loop.
If somebody in the chat can come up with it, let us know. But it's supposed to harness.
You ain't talking about Pathless, are you?
No. It looks something like a Halo type game. But it's real bright and cartoonish, right? So we want to see something like if you look at Modern Warfare on the PlayStation 4, them graphics look goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Like that gameplay and that HDR.
Was beautiful. That was a beautiful freaking game, bro.
Yeah. Now maximize that 10 times or 20 or 100 times on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. That gameplay will look so beautiful, man. But we're not going to get that right now. And the other thing is, Mike had hopped on the hard drive. There is an issue with the PlayStation 5 with playing your PS4 games through the hard drive. So, and then there's a problem. They're saying something about with the rest mode. Now, we got a lot of games here at the Gaming Show on like 800 and some odd games, and a majority of those are on the 4 different hard drives that we have. But when I and one thing that's real good, you can take the hard drive off your PlayStation 4 and then plug it up, and it does recognize the games that come on it, so you don't have to re-download them. The only games that you have to download are the free enhancement games, and that has to stay on the hard drive that's
internal
on the PlayStation or the SSD that comes out in a while. And the thing the thing that really strikes me is that when PlayStation came out with this console, why is the reason they must have knew about this glitch, because why would you bring a console out and not activate all the features at once? Now, just by me saying that, I can remember when the original Xbox debuted and the Ethernet port wasn't acceptable. It wasn't accessible.
Right.
So I can kind of give them a break on this one, but I can kind of not, because we're in the year almost 2021. You know what I'm saying? That shit should have already been activated and taken care of before this thing came out. See, the thing is with these consoles, the file sizes of these games are humongous.
Yes.
Mike can testify to Call of Duty. I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't gotten
Call of Duty. Let me speak on Call of Duty. Call of Duty is so massive that it allows you to download certain portions of the game at one time. So the campaign, it's like 3 downloads that you have to do for the campaign, okay? Not to mention zombie mode. Then they have the multiplayer. Then they have Warzone. Warzone probably might be by far the biggest. But still, that's like 4 or 5 downloads for just one game. That's a lot of memory. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you know it's going to get updated. So there goes, about 300 gigabytes already almost? If you get everything. And just imagine with the updates. This game is going to be huge unless they find a way to compress it somehow. But granted, going in with this console, this is not a 1 terabyte console. This is an 820, 25? 825 gigs, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And then the operating system brings it down to 664, something like that. So you're already down to 664 gigabytes that you can put on this thing, and that's like a couple games, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean, like
2 or 3 games, and that's it.
Yeah. So it's like, it's kind of sad that you got to do a pick and choose for that, because I like playing multiple games. Sometimes I'm in the mood to switch over to something else and everything like that. But then, I got to delete something, move it over here so I can download and play something over there. It's too much furniture moving, you know what I'm saying, to get where I need to be.
And Mike, we don't want Mike C to have a heart attack, a PT heart attack, because for whatever reason he had to offload the PT. And by the way, if you have a PlayStation 4 that has PT on it, you can get some money for it.
You can.
Don't get rid of it, but you can put it on eBay and get some or sell it on Go or Wish or whatever. They're looking for those. You know what I'm saying? But and they won't even be able to play it anyway because your gamer tag is not associated with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know with that because I'm not gonna leave I'm not gonna sell my consoles, any of them anyway. But yeah, the storage capacity on these consoles, in my opinion, are a ripoff because they should have been more. Like if the consoles should have came out with at least 2 or 3 terabytes, and I know they try to minimize the cost of the unit, so people could get them, but you still have to look at the fact I don't want to have to keep offloading games and then loading games back to play.
That's right.
And this is the kicker here. Warzone, if you have Modern Warfare and you get Black Cold War, both of those systems have the Warzone on it. My thing is that if you already load the Cold War and you already have Warzone on your system, if you go back to play Modern Warfare, will it still recognize Cold? Will it still recognize that that Warzone, because it's a different game attached to that particular one? So I don't know if you're going to have to say, okay, I can't play one of these games anymore because Warzone won't act correct if I put, it's just to me, it's just a confusion thing. So I mean, I have
It's like
Warzone.
what ifs.
I just don't have Cold War yet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all looked at the hard story yesterday, y'all know why I don't have the Cold War. So, um, play.
But let me caveat on something else as well too. As far as the Spider-Man and the whole what's the remaster won't work on. Let's say if you get it on the PlayStation 4 or something like that, you can't bring it on the PlayStation 5 or something like that. So, but they did. They're allowing the saves to come over now. They just released that in the PlayStation blog that you can have the remaster version on the PlayStation 5.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people that beat it, I don't want to beat it. I don't want to play it again.
I just bought Miles Morales and they tried to upsell me to that. You want to whatever the super version or whatever the hell they call it.
No.
I was like, no, I already beat that. I already played that. I'm good. Just give me Miles Morales and I'll play that.
I don't want to. I don't want to have to
go through all that stuff again, or either play it again. Honestly, because yeah.
Mm-hmm. So some of the questions that people may be wondering about is the share play and stuff like that. Can you share play from PlayStation to PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5? I don't know. I'm gonna have to get with Chimmy, and that's done. This in the comment. I'm gonna have to get with him and try to see if he can, because he's still on PS4. I'm gonna have to try to get over with him to see if he could play some PS5 games through that. So that question I don't know. One good thing is if you're the owner of a PlayStation 5, they do have this thing. If you looked at your PlayStation 4, if you looked at your dashboard, you notice a new icon that says PlayStation 5 Remote Play. So I don't know how that exactly works because I haven't hooked that up yet. I'm just too lazy to go from downstairs upstairs to do all that other shit because I can't have it in the studio because the TV doesn't support it. The other thing, I have to debunk something. Now, this is why you have to filter out, like when you see people on YouTube, you have to filter out what they're saying. There was a lot of people saying that you could not play your PlayStation 4 games on your PS5 with the DualSense controller. I'm here to tell you that that's wrong. You can play. You don't need to keep keep them just in case, but you don't have to have your PlayStation 4 controller hooked up to your PS5 to play your PlayStation 4 games. You don't have to do that.
No.
So
no, you can just use the PlayStation 5 controller.
Yeah. We getting people and we getting views today. Hey, I might feel frisky today. I might give a game away at the end of the stream, man.
Watch out,
we get some more views in here. If we can get, I say 20. No, I'm gonna make it hard for him because that game is gonna be a $50 game. If we can get 30 people in the live stream, over 30 people, I'm gonna give one of y'all Spider-Man Miles Morales on the current on either PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 4.
You gotta pay your own shipping though. It's still, we not sponsored. You pay your own shipping. And I don't know why people get so out of bent. Like since we got y'all here, please don't forget the raffles that we have going on. Let me pull it back up. We got some promotions going on here. We got the Christmas giveaway where we're giving away Super Mario 3D All Stars. We're giving away Cyberpunk, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Call of Duty Cold War, Madden 21. We're giving that away. You just have to donate to the Gaming Show using our Cash App, the $, THAGAMERS. That's the Gamers Show. Now, if you want to get into another raffle that we got going on, we're just giving away Cyberpunk, $1 raffle. So you can enter in as much as you want. Just when you do these contests, just specify if you're doing the Christmas giveaway or you're doing a Cyberpunk. If you're doing a Cyberpunk, you need to let us know if you want one on the PlayStation on the Xbox. You can buy as many as you want. It's only $1. And again, y'all, if you win, you're just paying $1. You have to pay your shipping. We are not sponsored. This is coming out of our pockets. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, if you can't afford to pay shipping for games, it's like over $300 in prizes. And plus, we're talking to my other fellow YouTubers. They may be throwing stuff in the pot, so it may be games and something else in there. But the more people that participate, the more games that we'll add. All right. So let's get back to it. Let's get back to the thing. PlayStation 4. So, we got anything else to say about?
PlayStation 5.
I mean, guys, see, I fucked up. PlayStation 5.
See?
So, PlayStation 4.
Well, PlayStation 5, and with any console, there's always going to be bugs.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to be a perfect device coming out because that's just not how stuff is with any system, But I am glad that we got it.
Yeah.
I know Fred ain't salty no more. He was salty earlier. But the whole debacle as far as the pre-order and all the other stuff, it was unnecessary headache. Yeah. Many lost nights of sleep.
Oh yeah.
Many lost hours.
Y'all gotta remember, I've been up since last Sunday. I left out the house. Mind you, I got drunk Saturday night. I got fucked up Saturday night. You hear me? Fucked up Saturday night. That turned into Sunday with a hangover. After The Walking Dead went off, me and Juan, because Juan stayed over the house, me and Juan got in the car, boom. And then the fucking camping began. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then staying up late night trying to do that Target shit, because watch the horror story from yesterday.
Yeah, you get all that information right there.
So,
but I'm glad we got it. PlayStation 5, I'm glad we got it.
Yeah, it's a worthy system to get. Most of your PlayStation 4 games will work on it. I'm gonna try PT. Hopefully that should work, but we're going to see. Hopefully, I think Mike is saying no because he no longer owns it.
That's right.
So he's hoping that it won't work. I promise y'all, I will flood Mike's phone with screenshots if the shit works, just to make him feel bad.
Look, I'm gonna say delete. Delete.
So,
all right.
PlayStation 5 is a worthy console to get, man.
Most definitely. So on to the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S.
Yes, Xbox Series S and X. Now that came out last Tuesday, and people were it wasn't as popular as the PlayStation 4, but one idiot at the GameStop where see, I keep fucking it up.
It's all good. That's why I'm here.
It wasn't as popular as a PlayStation 5. But we had one jackass at GameStop that picked his Xbox S series up and tried to sell a motherfucker for $1,000. Later on, he called my man Anonymous back, said he'll sell it to him for $550. I said, man, that's still not enough.
Yeah.
If you can get it for $5, even that's a ripoff. But
it really is.
You're not getting no $1,000 for no S. Ain't no fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no fucking way. Mm-hmm. I say your Fire Stick for $1,000 if you're gonna buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's go to the Xbox Series X or X. Now, truthfully, on the S, we're just going on the specs and some of the videos that we saw. We again are both owners of the Xbox Series X's. So we both have that. So we have the right to talk shit about it. Okay? Mm-hmm. So since I start off with the PlayStation 5, Mike, go ahead and start off with the X. And if you got that comparison sheet, let them know about that.
I got you. So PlayStation, see? No, I'm like you, right? So the Xbox Series X, okay. So startup, fantastic. because of the easy way you can start up the system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we're in the new realm, next generation. You know, a lot of stuff you can just do with your mobile phone. Just what's that? Look at the QR code with your camera. Go to the site. If you don't already have the Xbox app, the stuff is going to pop on up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just hit a number, some letters and numbers, and there you go. You're up there. It's up there transferring over your stuff and your game pass and all that good stuff. That's the key selling point of this. As far as an extensive library, you can play all your Xbox games
Mm-hmm.
on this device. So this is let's say gamer worthy type of stuff, because you can play all your old and back catalogs up on the current system.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox Series X and S, it really is a lot of difference between the two. So you got the Xbox Series X, which can do the 120 frames per second at 4K. Because remember, the Xbox Series S can only go up to 1440.
Right.
The biggest doubt also too, the processing power. You only got 4 teraflops in the S. You got 12 in the S. 12 in the X. See, S is an X. They got to change the name of this thing. 2.1 audio output. The biggest drawback is the internal storage, and this is a digital-only device for the S.
Right.
So you can only get this game. And how big are these file sizes for these games?
Massive.
A lot. If you get the definitely the AAA games. Plus with the 512, you're already coming in at 364. Because you have see something for the operating system. So you already knocked down a lot. So maybe two games, 2.5 games or something like that. Or 2 games and a whole bunch of indie games then. That's what you get up on the system. The bad thing about this console is a custom chip as far as expanding your memory. And how much that custom chip costs, Fred?
That I'm not sure. What is it, $299?
So it's like $219, $220 or something like that. So you compare that with the S, that's what is it, $299? You're gonna need, and it's not a want. You're gonna need.
Oh, you're talking about the memory card. The memory card.
Yeah, the memory card. You're gonna need that expansion.
Yeah.
In order to play these games and have these games on the system. If not, you're just gonna be just playing like 1 or 2 games. That's it. And it plays physical disc on the X instead of the S. I know a lot of people are going to the digital age, but a lot of people have old discs they like to throw up in the X. So that's a better value in my eyes as far as for getting the X. Shooting, and your Blu-ray disc only in the X. You can't play it in the S. So if you're just getting into, let's say your last console was like the 360 or something like that, and you want to upgrade your system, the S might be for you. But if you've been playing games and stuff like that, you want to get the X. It's a better overall value as far as to get the system. That's about Series X. Really doesn't have a lot of games up on it, but what it does offer is that backwards library of all the games that you can get on it. What you got to say about the X, Fred?
Well, for the X and the S, I tell y'all one thing that you should find. So I'm gonna hold this up. This is one of the Seagate hard drives. All right, this is 8 terabytes. Now you can hook this up. It's a USB 3.0, right? But the good thing about this Seagate hard drive, y'all, is that you see the 2 USB ports in the front. You can daisy chain these things. So at the end of the day, y'all system will be looking like the Sega 32X because it has the fat power cord. Now,
Right.
I currently have 4 of these. I have one on my Xbox Series. No, I got 2 on my Xbox Series X. I got one on my Xbox X, and then I keep this one. This one is for my Blackmagic cinema camera. So, like when I do weddings and stuff like that, if the client wants to do whatever, HD or 4K, I can just record straight on that. But that's in another video. But the Seagate hard drives that have the 2 USB ports in the front is a definitely must if you're going to get the S or the X, especially if you're going to get the S. And the better value if you get the S is that if you get the Game Pass, you'll have unlimited games to play. So that's one benefit of it, because you also get the EA Game Pass too. So you could do your Madden and all this other stuff, and you don't have to leave the house. When you know that boring ass Madden come out, you can play that boring ass game at your house, and all the other boring ass sport games that EA got to offer with their boring ass. Because the graphics are terrible on there. Even on the, I have it on the X and I have it on the PS5, and the graphics don't look too much different. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. So 1440p. Let's start 1080p, 1440p, and 21. I think it's 2160. Okay, so that's a big difference. 1440p, and a lot of y'all don't get the numbers, and I don't want to seem like I'm talking down to you, because a lot of people don't get that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't get like GPU and CPU. Yeah, if somebody say GPU or CPU, they're talking about a graphics card and a processor, right? Some people may not get that terminology. So I'm gonna break it down for y'all like this. 1440p is the highest that the Xbox Series S can produce. But even with 1440p, you can do 120 frames per second. That is PC quality. Now, don't sleep on the S, because the S is about as powerful as a low powerful PC, because you can get some shit out of that S. You know, just a lot of people don't want the S. The X is more popular because it does a lot more things. More. Mm-hmm. When you jump into the X, that's when you can do 4K at 30 frames and 4K at 120 frames per second. That's like having a monster rig. Now, people that have the Xbox X series, they can compete with the gamers on you know, with that new graphics card that came out. 30, they now can compete with them. Not so much. Give it like maybe a month or two, and then the Xbox X series will be outdated because they're going to come out with another graphics card. You just can't keep up with the PC gaming market. No way. Now,
never.
I give it 6 months. You'll be able to hang steady with them. You know what I'm saying? But after 6 months, they're going to get something else to blow them out the water. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, the technology in all of these next gen systems are old, because as soon, I'm telling y'all, and this is the honest God truth, whenever they drop a new system, I would say like 2 to 3 months later, they started working on their next gen console. So don't let them fool you. Don't let Xbox or PlayStation say, yeah, this is going to be our last It's not. Because 3 months later, I guarantee you they're working on their next console. They're working on the PlayStation 6 and the Xbox Series XX or SS. And then they're going to confuse grandmothers all over
XXL.
Again.
Yeah. XXL.
I'm telling y'all, when y'all go pick these systems up, especially if you're going to go pick up an Xbox Series S, get it from somebody that's knowledgeable, because your kid going to curse your nana out if you go in the store and you bring back this Xbox X. This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? They might throw it at you. They shouldn't have named the stuff so similar, because it's going to get confused. You're going to walk inside the Walmart, and a girl that's getting paid $5.95 an hour, she ain't going to give a damn. You was like, you got the Xbox Series X? And she just going to look at the box. Only thing she going to see is X. That's all she going to see. Or S. Oh, it's white. Oh, that's one black that got an X on it. Yeah, this one that she want. You know what I'm saying? and that's what they're gonna get. But back to the review. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the major difference between the S and the X. The S is not a 4K gaming system, so you're not gonna see 4K. Okay. Um, so that box can actually play with the TV that you got now. You don't need to upgrade. Because even if you got a Roku TV, your Roku TV can do 1440p. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a little bit above below 4K. Another comparison. You know when you go out and you get your DVDs or your Blu-rays and it gives you that code for you to get the digital copy and you redeem it on like Vudu or iTunes or whatever. There's a big difference, and I noticed this when I did the Lion King. Right now, if you take that Ultra HD DVD and put it in your system, you're going to see a difference between streaming it in Vudu, because Vudu or those digital copies that you get are 1440p. They're not 4K. They're just UHD. UHD is 1440p. It is a high definition signal, but it's not 4K. That's why you can see a difference in the disc, the physical disc that you own versus the digital copy, right? That brings it to the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. You're going to get more out of even the Xbox Series S X if you have the physical copy versus if you're playing the digital copy. Just for some reason, it looks better on the disc than you do the digital, right? So when you do the digital version on the Xbox Series S, you're going to get a lower quality than the Xbox Series X. So, and again, the Xbox Series X are bricking as well. So we don't know the cause of that, but you have some fools out here posting online that is smoking. What they're doing is they're blowing smoke underneath the Xbox with those e-cigarettes, and they're channeling the smoke up to the top of the Xbox, which is going to do something to your system any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? It may not do something to it today, but over time, if you keep doing that silly shit, it's going to do something to your system. And Keith, yeah, man, if you want to come past the house and check the Xbox or the PlayStation out, man, you're more than welcome to come down this joint. So you just want to keep a lookout for that. And also what Mike was saying about that memory card, you gotta have that, because none of your Xbox Series X or X games, X games will be able to be playable on that external hard drive. Because even when you load the software in, it'll say something like you need to move this over to the internal storage in order to play the higher resolution game. And I experienced that on multiple games that I have that's catered for, that has the enhancement for the Xbox Series S and X. So a couple of games is pretty much all that you can do. And I'm at like 40 something percent. So when I do get my hands on Call of Duty, that's going to be it. I think it's 8 games that I have on there so far that supports the enhancement of it. But when I get that Call of Duty, that's 300 and some odd gigs. I think I'm gonna have to start deleting stuff off of there. Well, Fortnite, because I don't play Fortnite anyway, so I might have to delete that off of there. But yeah, man, you're definitely going to have to get that card. That's why we're saying do not support the scalpers on there, because the money that you spend on these scalpers, which some of this stuff is like going for $3,000. If you spend $3,000 on a video game system, that is so ignorant. Now I can see spending $3,000 on a production camera or some music equipment if you're a DJ, or computer equipment if you're doing something like, if you're a serious gamer. You know what I'm saying? But even with $3,000, if you're building a PC, you can exchange those, swap out those components. With the PlayStation, you can't do that. I mean, if you want to swap out the covering on it, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing that we didn't talk about, but we'll go back to that. But it's no need for you to pay that exorbitant amount of price for that. This is not a PC. This is not musical equipment, DJ equipment. This is not video production equipment. You don't need to pay that because these systems are about to be flooded inside these stores within a matter of a couple of weeks. You can wait. You can wait. Even people that have the systems right now, we still not experience next gen quality gaming because Mike don't have the TV to support these systems. Neither one of them. I don't have a TV. Well, the TV that I got an 85-inch TV downstairs. It does support 4K at 60 frames, but it doesn't support 4K at 120. 120. It supports 1440p at 120.
Yeah, at 120. That's the same thing as my TV. Yep.
So yeah, we don't have TVs that's capable of running these systems. So you're going to have to spend another like $600 to get a TV that's capable of running these systems, right? So don't give these scalpers the money. I know y'all want this system. I know y'all want it bad. I know you want to please your little kids or you want to please yourself and get this system. It is not worth it, man, because if you buy from these scalpers, man, you're only being part of the problem. Because with these bots that brought half of them all up, and the stores don't care, Sony, Microsoft don't care, because they're getting their money off the top anyway. So once they ship these systems out, they already got their money. So when they in Walmart or Target hands or EB Games or whoever, they don't give a shit. They already got their money. And then when these stores do these online sales, they get their money. If the bots brought up 1 million of them, they don't give a shit because they got their money.
That's right. They get their million sold.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. But then when you go out and you pay $3,000 for $500, well, $530 system, you're part of the problem. Like I said, if anybody wants to pay $1,000, $2,000 for an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, I'll sell you a Fire Stick for $1,000 if you want it that bad. You know what I'm saying? I'll hack it up so you can play, so you can watch me play games and you can get the pleasure off of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's ridiculous for you to pay that amount for these consoles, man. And like I said, the Xbox Series X and S, both of those are good consoles. Like, truthfully, we don't have it. Anonymous has the S, so he could tell you more about it, but he don't want to put his business out there. You know what I'm saying? But you can both utilize the hard drive, the daisy chain of hard drives that you can use to play get them game passes, and that you can play those games so you don't have to worry about going to the store. So it's a better offer than PlayStation with that PlayStation Now crap. But with the Xbox, you're getting games, recent games, new games that come out that day, and they're buying more studios. If y'all didn't know, they're buying a ton of studios. So a lot of these games, when they come out first day, if you got the Xbox Pass, you'll be able to play them right in there.
There you go.
But you have to keep daisy chaining. Only the games that take. Now, don't get me wrong. The S is a powerful system, like I said, because they are games enhanced for that. On the Xbox Pro, or what you want to call it, Xbox X, you can't play 1440p at 120 frames on there. So the S looks better than the Xbox Pro, or whatever the hell it's called. So yeah, y'all want to keep in mind of that. So it is, both the systems are really good. If anybody have any questions, we're going to take questions now about that. If Mike has Mike, you have anything else on the Xbox?
Well, Xbox is good value for what you got, but like you said earlier, that you won't see no real good enhancements until later on down
Mm.
the line. That's the only thing I say about Xbox. Once you download the stuff, it does run smooth. It is fast. You can hold games. That quick resume feature,
Mm.
they should have came out with that a long time ago because you can just jump in the game and you're right then and there. Once it's running, it's running.
Mm-hmm.
Downloading is still. You need to make sure you have yourself a good internet because everything in your house now is ran by internet and the router and all that stuff. So just make sure you have good internet so you can have faster download speeds. Because if you have a slow internet, you're gonna be waiting a long time for all this stuff to get downloaded. You go to the store, go shopping, go out for 4 or 5 hours, and maybe just maybe you might have 1 or 2 games downloaded on the system you get back. But when it's running, it's running. That's all I got to say.
Um, and like we showed y'all yesterday, there are a couple of you still have a chance to go pick these systems up, right? And if you go to a website called Pop Finder, or if you have, I'm sorry, see, this is Sunday Yawn. This is a Sunday Yawn. If you have an Apple device and you can download my store, you put in the store location and it'll tell you how many of the systems that they have, whether it be Xbox or PlayStation.
You started this, man. You started, bro.
you can go to Pop Finder and find out these systems. I'm telling you, I guarantee you that there are still PlayStation 4s and PlayStation
PlayStation 5.
There are still
It's all
PlayStation
good, right?
5s and Xbox Series X's and S's still inside Target right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's depending on where you go. Now, you have to go to a Target that's like out in West Bummerfuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say like Emporia, Virginia, right? Where there's only a Walmart. That's a hangout spot in Emporia, Virginia, right? So you can possibly go there and buy one, right? They may have one in there. Also, it's probably a little bit too late now, is check your game stocks, because the people that did pre-order them, if they did not pick them up by yesterday, they're able to sell them. And not everybody has like $1,000 to spend. Not everybody has $1,000 to spend. So I'm guaranteeing that there is a system out there for y'all if y'all want to get it. You just have to do your due diligence and you have to go out there and try to secure it. I'm gonna give you my best suggestion. If late night, if you find out that these systems are in hand inside Target, whether you using Pop Finder or MySpot, if you see one there, you need to leave your house as soon as you find out and go up there. Even if the store closed, camp out. Put your chair out there in front of the entry side of the door, not the fucking exit, you stupid ass. Put your shit there and camp. That's how you're going to get one. You know what I'm saying? And if some jive ass, sucker ass dude come up to you and say, "Are y'all gamers? Are you a gamer?" and try to bully you or try to intimidate you, you know what I'm saying? Ignore the motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they think gamers are some pussy ass dudes, and we ain't. You got to watch the hard story, man, so y'all can get what I'm saying on this. You know what I'm saying? But if you find these consoles inside the stores, y'all need to go get them immediately. Immediately. And I know I'm saying it wrong. Immediately. I'll say it right first time. So it's like, you can't fucking talk. Immediately, nigga. Immediately.
Hey, Hey, my brother hit me up. He said he on the stream. He said my eyes look like they're closed. My eyes are open. Granted, I was up late last night. So
That's Mark.
shout out to my brother Mark. Yeah,
Mark.
Shout out to my brother.
You gotta realize Mike was doing inventory. Mike was doing inventory. I've been up. I was drunk last Saturday. I've been drunk that Sunday. Hanging out there, getting a drink. We were sipping then. So I had really no time to relax and all that other stuff. And then my fucking gout was acting up and all this other shit. So, you know, we're tired, man. We're tired.
Yeah.
We are tired getting the system, but we got it. You know what I'm saying? We did not get we weren't able to pre-order either one of these consoles.
Hell nah. Nope.
But
so
we got our hands on it. We got one on launch day. That was the Xbox Series X. And then we was able to get one when they start physically selling them inside the store. Well, I wouldn't say physically inside the store. I was, in the front of the store. And you know what? And I hope this lame ass nigga watching, right? It's this white boy that used to work at Target. He used to be a cash. No, it was this white boy that used to work at the spot where we both worked at, right? He was a cashier. And I told y'all this on the stream yesterday. When we had got our PlayStations and walked out, this silly ass dude gonna say, "Hey man, I got 7 for it to take it off your hands." I said, "I'm not selling my shit." You know what I'm saying? Don't try to sit up here and fucking lowball me $700 for the system. I didn't wait up all fucking night in the freezing cold with my gout hanging out. I didn't do all that shit for a $200 profit. Hell no. And I wouldn't have sold it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Right. If I was able to get 2 consoles, I would have gave it. I would have either sold it, or if we had enough viewers and stuff like that and enough donations, we would have raffled that shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or we would have got it to, one of the mans in our squad. They were like, and then we wouldn't have charged them. We wouldn't have charged them extra. Just like when my man Juan wasn't able to secure the Xbox, the Scorpion edition. He wasn't able to secure that. I secured 2 of them, right? But I was supposed to give one to Mike, because he wasn't able to get one at that time, but he wound up doing his pre-order. Then we we was going to give one away, right? So I had 2 of them, and nobody participated in that giveaway. So I was going to have 2 consoles. I was like, Juan was like, man, I tried to pre-order the joint, but I didn't get it. I was like, look, just pay me what I paid when I put down on it. And no, I think I had both systems paid off. I said, just give me what I paid for it and you can have it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So
That's right.
I don't do that scalping shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because I would hope that if somebody had got 2 consoles and they would have sold me one, they would have made me pay the price that they paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I see Mark in here on the YouTube side. So like I said, man, if we can get 30 people in the stream, if we can hit 30, if we can get 3-0 in the stream by the time we end it, we're going to give away Spider-Man Miles Morales, right? If you are local in the I said DVD. Damn.
DVD. Tired, bro.
If you're local in the DMV, then you can come pick the shit up, right? If you're not local from the DMV, and we mean Maryland, Virginia, and the District of Columbia, that's what we're not talking about, the motor vehicle place, okay? You have to pay your shipping. Fuck it, because the game is $60 or $40 or however much it is. You're getting a free goddamn game, and we're not even doing raffle tickets for this one. If we can get 30 people in the view, we'll give away one. If by the time we in the chat, so we're gonna take some questions if they come through. If not, we're just gonna keep rambling on right now about the gaming systems.
Hey.
So, yeah, I mean they're worth getting, but they're not worth paying no $3,000 for.
No eBay money with it. Nah, no. Don't do that.
And let me see if I can switch Um, Let me go to studio mode and
Mm.
um, put it on the desktop screen. Um,
Thanks. Mm-hmm. I'm streaming.
Let me see.
But in the meantime, charge up my controller. Just
Um,
input it in there. Yeah, that's Xbox.
Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
let's see, gameplay and show. No. Because I was trying to show
Put it off on the
y'all
side.
the pop finder.
No, actually, you know what? No, put it on. You can put it on top of it. Yeah. The Pop Finder app,
Yeah.
as far as to see if you can locate the other stuff. So that app was pretty much true to what they said
Top of your
as far
face
as.
getting cut off, Mike.
Oh, my bad. I said that app. Well, I don't know what the hell happened.
There you go.
I'm tired. Hey, so that app was pretty much true to life on what was there at the store, so which was pretty freaking cool. So yeah, just how excited I was when Fred said, "Yeah, we're good." I said, "Are we good?" Because I didn't believe it, because we had so many other fall throughs, you know, far as earlier with this stuff. I'm like, "We good?" So my expectations was real low. I was like saying, "Okay, all right, maybe next year." Xbox already thought I was going to get next year, but then I don't know, something just happened. I'm like, man, I want the Xbox now.
So while we're sitting here waiting on questions, right? Oh, is it worth upgrading from Xbox One now? It's worth. We got a question in. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? It is worth it if you can get if you plan on in the future getting a TV that supports the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
If you, I'm telling y'all now, because even my man would I talked to Glovebox, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's so damn hard to get in contact with because you know he worked downtown, but he even said he was like, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. You're not gonna be impressed, man.
Not off the jump. You really not.
The
only way you're gonna be impressed if you're really doing a massive generational type of upgrade. You know what I'm saying? This right here isn't a massive generational upgrade. It's just a partial type of upgrade. You know, one of those incremental upgrades as they do with PCs. They upgrade like a little bit every time. You know what I'm saying? That's why PCs upgrade every year or so. It seems like you're getting a better model or a upgraded version for this. With consoles, it's usually generational types of upgrade. But if you're going from the Xbox, I say from the Xbox. Was it the Xbox One that came out?
Yeah,
Xbox One. Xbox One to this. I say if you're doing from a 360 to this is like wow, you really be blown away from there. From Xbox One, the only thing that's really going to really catch your eye with this type of system as far as the speed on how things get done. It's a better quality of life type of upgrade for that. That's the key selling factor for this stuff. If you want fast load times, quick resume, that time, so you wouldn't have to be up there. Okay, well my game is, a couple minutes before the splash screen, all that other stuff. Let's say for instance Destiny, a game like Destiny, how it takes so long for you to from start to finish to game 2-3 minutes or something like that. Those times add up when it transitions between planets. But this right here, a minute or less on some stuff, and you back to playing. So it's a better quality of life type of upgrade. That's how we'll sell the Xbox.
Yeah, and again, you gotta have the TV to support it.
And 2.1 HDMI.
You got to. You got everything in the box when you get it that you need. Of course, you have your console, and they give you a HDMI cable that supports that. But if you don't have the TV, you're not seeing the full capability out of it. It's just like, okay, if you live across the street from the 7-Eleven, right? Like you live right across the street from the 7-Eleven. Like you can go out your front door, you can cross 2 1 lanes of traffic and get to the 7-Eleven, right? If and you see that, right? And if you work at the 7-Eleven, but you brought a fucking Lamborghini, right? You brought a Lamborghini. You ain't buying no Ford Taurus or nothing like that. You brought a Lamborghini. And you just drove the Lamborghini across 2 lanes of traffic to the 7-Eleven to go to work. That's how I was going to feel if you buy this Xbox or the PlayStation and you don't have the TV, right? That may sound a little silly, but if you buy a Porsche or a Lamborghini, you wherever you going, you want it to be a couple of hundred miles, or maybe 50 or some miles away from your destination, right? Because you want to get in that car and you want to play with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got a manual transmission, you want to be able to shift that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? So that take that in the correlation of these systems. If you just work right across the street, you just gonna turn on your Lambo. You're gonna go out your driveway. You're gonna go across 2 lanes of traffic, and then you're gonna be at work, and that's it. And if that's the only reason why you brought your Lamborghini is to drive back and forth to work, that's all you're going to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have some low-ass miles, and then you're just going to be driving back. And you don't use the Lamborghini to do nothing else but drive back and forth to work. That's what we're trying to say. If you don't have the TV to support it, you're not going to get the wow factor out of it, right? But we're not discouraging you from getting it. You know what I'm saying? Get the shit if you can get it. But remember, you're going to have to invest some more money to utilize the graphics out of here. See, that's why we say this is the 1,000% honest review of the systems. Because a lot of people that you see on YouTube and Twitch and all these people, and I'm going to call them out, like Rich, Review Tech USA, and Boogie, and Lamar Wilson, and all these other big cats that's out there doing this shit that got sponsored and all that other shit. See, they're telling you from the perspective because they're getting this shit for free. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft and Sony are sending these consoles to them for free. Plus, you got people like LG and Samsung sending them TVs and shit like that that's capable of running these systems. So that's why when you go flip through YouTube videos, you'll get all these compliments and shit like, yeah, it's good and all this other shit and yeah. Nah, man, it's not good unless you got the TV to run it. Because if you buy the PS5 and you don't have the TV, guess what? You just bought a PlayStation 4 Pro. If you buy the Xbox Series X and you don't have the TV to run it, guess what? You just brought the Scorpion edition. You know what I'm saying? You just brought an Xbox One X. That's what you did. Okay, let me see. All I have is a 1080p 144 hertz. What about the PS5 upgrade? Okay, so let me answer the PS5 upgrade. Now, you can, it's good. Now, the difference between a PS5 upgrade and Xbox One upgrade is if you got the PlayStation 4 Pro and when you turn your shit on, it sounds like it's about to take off and everybody's experiencing this. My disk drive doesn't work anymore. I got to force a disk in there and then turn it on. Then it will accept it. In order for me to eject it and to play the next game, I have to eject the disk, then turn the shit off, then put another one in to play the next game. So instead of me buying another PlayStation, because I didn't want to go back to the OG PlayStation 4, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can see a suitable thing of buying that if your PlayStation 4 Pro is starting to go down. It's an excellent upgrade. It's an excellent upgrade to it. If you can find it, don't buy it on eBay though, right? So, yeah. And then if you have done, I think that's Chimichanga. He said, all I have is a 1080p for 144 hertz. Yeah, still you're not going to get that. You're not going to see it.
Yeah, you're not. You're really not.
You're not.
The only thing that you will really notice is just the speed. That's it.
Yeah.
But I don't think if you don't plan on getting a TV, far as for that, like you was planning on getting a TV or something, far as to get that, then I would say yeah. But if you're not planning on getting a TV and everything to get that, don't even waste your time yet until later on down the line when you get one of these package deals or something. Because eventually they're gonna start selling these with TVs and stuff like that as well too. You'll see it like in Best Buy or something like that with a TV option. Everything ready to go. So I would say wait on something like that.
My PS4 sounds like it's about to abduct some cows and pro.
Yeah, I could definitely relate to that. Because far as that sound, it up there sound like it's taking off, or either just sometimes just freakily cutting off in the middle of a game or something like that, which was freaking weird for me. I was like, what the hell's going on? So yeah, if it's time to do something like that, yeah, go ahead and do that instead of you know, far as with that. So you be ready by the time you upgrade.
And for the PlayStation 5, y'all, a lot of people like getting special editions and all this other stuff. For this one, you don't need to get it because those flaps in the front and the back, or on the two sides, supposedly they come off easy. I haven't personally took them off, but I've seen
I'm not gonna take them off right now.
videos that has, because I don't want to break shit in that joint. It's too You can buy those skins. You know what I'm saying? Like Glove Box, he's getting somebody to do a custom skin with his
cool.
his logo on it. So we're gonna see how that turns out.
And then we get a WWTF job.
Yeah, I told him to when this man does that, let me know so we can get one. It's time to upgrade. Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, if your shit sounding like that, yeah, bro. It's time. It is time to upgrade. It is time to upgrade.
Cause look at it like this. When did PlayStation Pro come out? What was it, like 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago?
Something like that.
So yeah.
And honestly, for me, it wasn't really a big jump from the regular one to the Pro because I really didn't see anything. They were supporting faster load times and all this other shit. I didn't see it.
As far as load times in the Pro, no. All you saw was just a basic upgrade as far as graphic quality, just a hair. That's what you saw as far as for that, because when people did a lot of videos side by side comparisons, that's what you did see. More textures were visible. You didn't have that much of tearing, or either your foreground wasn't actually breaking up as you see your pop-ups and stuff like that. They minimized pop-ups more as far as with the PlayStation Pro.
Okay, he said he gonna call me later. I guess on Facebook Messenger and show me his. Yeah. So I'm telling you guys, man, if y'all want to, I'll do this. If y'all want to hear the horror story on how we got our PlayStation and our Xbox, if y'all put in the chat you want to hear it, I'll let you know. If you didn't check out the video that I did yesterday, I'll explain to you, and I'll try to keep it as short as possible. But if y'all want to,
you forgot who's talking, right? You ain't gonna keep it short.
I said I'm gonna try. I ain't got no liquor in me right now, so maybe I should go get some. But I'll tell y'all how I got that damn. You get that WTF skin, I'll buy. Okay.
There you go. That's cool.
Yeah, man. And y'all please don't forget about the massive Christmas giveaway of all those games. By donating to the gaming show for $5, you'll get a whole shitload of games. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Cyberpunk, Super Mario 3D All-Stars. What is it? Call of Duty and Madden is what you'll get so far right now. More people that participate, the more games and stuff that we'll add. But man, it was a shit show trying to get these consoles. And although I can blame it on Sony, and also I can blame it on Microsoft, you can also blame it on Walmart because they started the shit show.
Yeah, they did.
You gotta blame it on the person that needs fault, and that's the motherfucker that got the U-Hauls pulling up in front of the White House. You know what I'm saying? The Grand Wizard. Because he fucked it up for everybody, man. If he would have took care of this pandemic shit early on in February when he was advised, then we would have been able to line up to get our PlayStations. Everybody that wanted one Xbox or PlayStation would have gotten one. But this jackass, he neglected to do that. So everybody's fucked up. Everybody couldn't get a PlayStation. And I'm telling, there was one thing that I forgot to mention in the horror stories, right? The night, can't wait to hook up my PS5. Yeah, you already got it, Gamer HD. The night that I tried to reserve or to try to get my PS5 through the Target app, you know what happened, Mike?
What?
You remember it was raining like shit that night?
Yeah, don't tell me nah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Get out of here, bro.
My power went off. My power went off. And my phone wasn't charged up, and my laptop wasn't charged up.
Get out of here, bro.
But
nah, you ain't telling me that.
Yeah, that's one of the things I forgot to put in the horror story. And the only thing that really saved me was I had one of those power battery packs on the TV downstairs. I had the TV hooked up to it. I had the router or the internet box hooked up to it, and I had some other stuff hooked up to it. So I still had Wi-Fi in the house. But that damn power went off, and the power didn't come back on until 11 o'clock.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah. Born Gamer HD. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of fun hooking it up. Again, we're stressing you're going to just don't think of the $530 price tag, because you're going to have to invest into a TV that does 4K at 120 frames per second. Like I said, man, we are so brutally honest that it's just so disrespectful, man, because even I know if Microsoft and PlayStation, Sony is looking right now, even if we were to get review copies, man, we would keep it 100. I mean, we wouldn't we wouldn't
sugarcoat the stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, because there are some people that watch these shows and that appreciate the 100% honesty that we give them on here, because we don't sugarcoat no shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Oh, yeah, it's the best thing since sliced bread. You should get it and all this other shit. Nah, man. Some of the shit don't get. And when you get it, it's not the best thing because you don't have the accessories to support the system that you got. It's okay for you to get it. And I know how people are feeling because I told y'all, I was 100% honest with y'all. I said I had a plan. And I said I didn't give a shit if... Now, this is me talking. That ain't Mike. You know what I'm saying? But I said I didn't give a shit if people started to hate me on the joint. But I was not giving out my plan to get this damn Xbox or this PlayStation because I was going to be salty at people that got the shit before I did. When I got my Xbox and I came home, I did not turn on no fucking... The day that the PlayStation came out, I did not turn, because usually I'm watching YouTube videos. I don't really watch TV too much. I just watch YouTube videos and soak my gout. You know what I mean? So when I didn't get that PlayStation, I didn't watch YouTube because I didn't want to see motherfuckers unboxing and all this stuff. I didn't want to hear motherfuckers say PlayStation 5. If a motherfucker would have came to my door and said PlayStation 5, I would have probably punched him in the fucking mouth because I was that fucking salty. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to hear none of that. You know? None of that. If anybody that came up to my house and even had they looked like a fucking PlayStation symbol or a PlayStation hat on or the PlayStation colors, I would choke the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I was not feeling that shit, man. I was going to be salty. So after I got the PlayStation, when we were camping out, I didn't want to stream that shit. I didn't want to stream it and shit because I already had to deal with the horror story shit. If y'all watch, I already had to deal with these pussy ass dudes. Man, if y'all want to hear the horror story, just type in horror story in the chat and I'll tell y'all the horror story. Just type in horror story in the chat. I'll tell you the horror story about the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Just type in horror story. I'll tell y'all. But congratulations on Gamer HD. He got his PlayStation 5. You're going to have fun with it, son. If you just joining us, just remember, for right now, don't hook any external hard drives up to it right now. Because I did it, and I had to unhook mine. And don't put it in rest mode. Just turn it off. Because rest mode is something they're saying that's bricking these systems, and playing your PS4 games off the hard drive is bricking the system. Okay, we got done that says horror story. So I'm gonna tell y'all the horror story. But before I lead up into the horror story, I am not married. I'm not married, right? The only one that's married is the guy. Oh, pointing the wrong way. The guy right there.
Bro.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. That's the only one that's married, and his wife's name is Dot. Right? You have to remember this. Remember Dot, and remember I'm not married. Mike is married. I'm not married. Mike is married, and his wife's name is Dot. All right? So, and she do cakes and cookies and shit like that. So if y'all want some desserts, y'all hit Mike up, man. Delicious cakes and cookies. All right. Is that the name of our business? Delicious Cakes and Cookies? Or did I just name it?
Desserts by Dot.
Okay, there you go. Desserts by Dot. If y'all want some cakes and shit.
No, I'm sorry. Dot's Desserts.
Dot's Desserts. She had made me a cake one day, and she had candy-lized some oranges. She had sliced some oranges and candy-lized them. Man, the motherfuckers was delicious, man. All right. So, here it goes. So, this began last Sunday. The whole week, I was on a mission to get this Xbox and this PlayStation. So, we already had the Xbox in the bag because we had two spots that we could have got them from, because both of these GameStop said, okay, we're gonna have extras. And I know that y'all saying, oh, you got your shit from GameStop? As much shit that y'all talk about? Hell yeah. I talk mad shit about GameStop and still will talk mad shit about GameStop. But just like police officers, I gotta say, not every GameStop is bad. They got some good folks in there. Not all of them. But I did get fucked for that warranty and shit. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have never got that warranty. But that's the other day. But I'm good. I guess it panned out. So, mind you, the shit started that Saturday. I had a little get together, and that Saturday night I got fucked up. I mean, I got fucked up. You hear me? I was tore down to the floor down. So, because Juan and his son had stayed the night because we needed bodies with these chairs that I was gonna put out there. Now I had 7 chairs for 7 people, so I was holding it down. Mike couldn't come out because he had inventory, you know what I'm saying? So he couldn't stand out there with us. All right. So Sunday come, I got a little bit of a hangover. So the plan was, after we watched The Walking Dead, Fear of the Walking Dead, we were going to start camping out. But we didn't know which GameStop it was going to be. It was going to be the Forestville one or the District Heights one. So we decided on the District Heights one. So we stayed out there till that Monday, that Tuesday of release date. We ain't go nowhere. We slept in the car and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the day of the release, the store manager came in and they told us how many that they had. But it was conflicting numbers, right? Because I thought they was at least gonna have 8, 7 or 8, and we had that shit. You know what I'm saying? If they had 7, we was there. If they had 8, we was there. So it was me, Juan, his son, and it was supposed Mike supposedly got one, and Juan's man was supposed to got one, and Anonymous was supposed to get one. Right? We can't say his name. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm.
We can't say his name. So, because they don't want nobody at the job hating on him and shit. So, that's how that was supposed to go. So the day before the release, we had the chairs out there because when the manager came in, she saw chairs was out there. She didn't press us to move and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? How the situation got fucked up is this guy named Chris. I mean, he turned out to be a cool dude. I gotta give it to him. He came up and he was trying to secure a Xbox One Series X, right? And he just walked up. He was like, y'all out here for the Xbox? He was like, yeah. I said, but we got 7 spots. We got 7 spots. I was like, you could be number 8. He was like, man, let me go in here. So he went inside and he talked to the manager. Now, this is where the confusion got because the manager told him that they had more than what they told us. We were straight, but then when she told him, then shit started getting shaky.
Yep.
Then she came out and she was like, well, y'all been out here. You have to stand out here to get it. Then that's when I called Mike up. Because I think, Mike, you was off. He was off that day, right?
Yeah. That's right before what you call it, yeah.
So I said, Mike, you and Dot, which is his wife, I said, you and Dot need to hurry up and get up here because she's saying that she's not going to sell it to you if she don't see your face. Because I told her, like, because she knew, I think she knew who we were before, like doing the Xbox Series X. I mean, the Xbox X age and all that other shit when I used to go to GameStop. Because I was like, well, you know, I'm holding one for my man and Juan. So we straight. And she was like, yeah, y'all straight for the numbers that she had. Then that's when she was like, well, yeah. So I was like, you got to come up here, Mike. You got to come up here. So I was like, all right. He came up here, and I told Chris, I was like, thanks for joining the chat, y'all. Remember, if we get 30 people in this chat before we close it down, I'm giving away a copy of Spider-Man Morales. So if you want to go back and check out our rating on the Xbox and the PlayStation, please rewind the drink. Right now, I'm going into the horror story on the people that missed it yesterday or don't want to watch it. How we got the Xbox and the PlayStation. I'm talking about the Xbox right now. So Micah came up there, and then when y'all went inside the store, y'all talked to her, and I think she was saying get it on the app so you can secure it. But when I was trying to get it on the GameStop app, I didn't see it.
You can never go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
wasn't available.
They had to sit out there, right? So she saw them out there, and Chris saw them out there. So he was like, okay, Chris, this is now if they get another one, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have more than what they said. You know what I'm saying? Because she was still waiting on shipments coming in. So then that's when y'all had left, and then she had came back, and something had happened. She had came out and she was like, okay, so far I got 3. I was like, Mike,
from 8 to 3.
You need to hurry up and get up here because this is when the store was about to close. So the store had closed, and I told Mike, I said, Mike, man, you need to get up here because she needs to see you when she walk out the door so she can say, yeah, I'm just selling to y'all so you can be secured, right? So
okay. But when did she finally walk out the door?
Okay, so Mike and Dot, which is Mike's wife, Mike and Dot had left, and 15 minutes later, that because the lights kept going. You was there when the lights kept going on and all.
Dude, we was there to almost 11 o'clock, man.
So lights.
No, or was it 11 o'clock?
It was coming up to it. So
yeah, and I had to go. Yeah.
So we was thinking that they was coming out, but they wasn't. So I don't know if they was playing with the light switch or not.
They was playing with the light switch.
They found Mike and Dot had to leave, so they finally dipped off. So 15 minutes later, after they left, they come out the door. She posts the number of consoles the extra consoles that they have, which were 3. She was like, I only got 3 guys, and that's all I can sell. She said, y'all 3 got it. I was like, I bet. I'm like, fuck, man. How am I going to get Mike this console? Then that's when Juan, and Juan is a good dude, man. Juan was going to sell his console off because Mike or his man wasn't able to get the joint, right? So Juan wound up selling it off to his man. But see, Juan had the plug. He already had the plug. And he talked to somebody that night. And they said, okay, if you can get here. No, I got to go back. The day of the release, they said that, okay, I have an extra one. If you can get up here and get it, I'll sell it to you, right? So Mike, we was like, okay, Mike had it. That's when Juan was like, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and sell it to my man. Juan got a big ass fucking heart because he was disappointed that Mike didn't get one, and he was disappointed that his man didn't get one. So he decided to sell it to his man because at that time we thought we had secured one for Mike C, right? So we called Mike C in the morning. He really can't do shit because he's doing the inventory. So he was going by one method, but he wasn't able to do so. So we was like, well, do it another way. So he sacrificed some money, he got the cards or whatever. And we was trying to strategize how we was going to get up there. So what happened was Juan's mother actually went up to go see Mike, get the cards that he needed from Mike, and then go up to the spot to get the drink. That wound up falling on flat because they couldn't do it because the manager was inside the store. And we kept trying to correspond back and forth with no avail because she just told us at the last minute. So I'm like, fuck, okay, I got mine. Juan had got his, Chris had got his, but Juan had went on and sold his, but he didn't sell it for no enormous price. He was selling it for the price that he paid for, but his man was like, nah, man, you waited out here all this time. I'm going to give you something extra for it. So that's how that went. So, like, I'm fucked up because, like, my man, he couldn't get one. So I'm like, fuck, man. I took my console home, and I didn't even open it because I was like, man, I ain't going to open my shit until Mike get his, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, that shit wasn't fair, you know what I'm saying? But big up to Chris. Because Chris was the dude, he was like, we got you all night for holding the spot and all that other shit, you know what I'm saying? So big up to Chris, dude. I'm not mad at Chris because he was there and, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was like, man, fuck Mike and all this other shit. He was like, well, I'm right here, man. And he was like, you know, he kept us with the liquor at night and they did what they, you know what I'm saying? So we was chill. So, go to sleep that day. Then I get a call from Juan later on that evening, and he say, okay, I got Mike one, but Mike is going to have to get there at 7:30 before they close, right? And she going to hold it because somebody had canceled their Xbox, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. Now I can unbox this shit, right? Because the plug was straight, right? So I don't think I opened the shit up until that next morning because I wasn't fucking with it. Then went to sleep. What was it? Wednesday, Mike?
Yeah.
It was Wednesday when he called me early in the morning. He said, yo, I got to go get it now. I said, damn. From where I live at is a 45-minute drive to pick him up. So I was like, well, man, can you just get up there? Can you ask your mother or something to get up there? So his mother wound up going up there and got the joint.
Big shout out to his moms, too.
Yeah. And he got the joint. But that's not really a hard story because it worked out.
Excuse me 1 second.
All right.
Go ahead.
Here is the real horror story on the PlayStation 5. Okay. Before I start this horror story, remember that I am not married and Mike is. Mike's wife is named Dot. Mike is married to Dot. I am not married to Dot, right? I am not married, right? So, here we go. That the PlayStation the PlayStation came out. So the night before the release, I stayed up all fucking night trying to secure it on Target. That shit crashed 3 times because they did 3 waves. They did 2 pickup in stores and they did 1 shipping. So the bots got all that shit, right? The Then I was like, man, fuck it. I'll just wait till the morning till 12 o'clock to try to secure it from Walmart. Walmart 12 o'clock came here. The bots got it again. I said, man, fuck this. I'm not doing it, man. I said my plan is to go to GameStop on Saturday and try to secure one in Hyattsville because Hyattsville GameStop had the most pre-orders. I'm like, there got to be like 2 or 3 motherfuckers that didn't pick theirs up. So that was my initial plan, right? Or Costco, but I didn't have a Costco card. None of that shit. So that Wednesday night, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos and I started to decipher some of the hidden meanings that they were saying. They said that Target would not sell in stores on launch day. They said not in stores on launch day. They didn't say anything about the next day. So what I did, I started calling some Targets. I called the one in Oxon Hill, which is the ghetto fire one, and then I called the one in Waldorf. Both said that they had extra stock that they would sell. Well, they didn't say they had extra stock to sell. They said that it gets good, y'all, so please keep watching. The hard story gets good. They said that if they had extra stock that they would sell in the store. So my thing was I downloaded this app on iOS called My Store, which showed you how many the store had, right? And it was really accurate because the night of the morning of the release, like 12 o'clock midnight, the numbers kept going down every time that they did launch the pre-orders and shit, right? Mm-hmm. So Fairfax was my store because Fairfax had 40. They had 40 of them. So my thing was to go to Fairfax to get it, right? But I was like, man, I ain't trying to travel all the way out to Fairfax. I want to try to keep it local. Then at when I woke up that morning, the launch day, which was Thursday, I saw that Oxon Hill had 14. Remember I said Oxon Hill had 14 and Waldorf had 8. So I said, fuck it, man. I'm going to take a gamble on this 8. I called, I think I called Mike up and I said, I had texted him. I was like, yeah, we in there for 8 o'clock. And then we had our whole routine out. I said, after Mike get dropped off, I said, Dot, which is his wife, right? I said, Dot, after you drop him off, just come meet us at the Target because we're going to hold 4 chairs. I told Anonymous, I said, tonight you're going to have to camp, buddy. You cannot sit in the house while we sit out here because motherfuckers are going to go crazy if they don't see us out there, right? So my plan was to go out there at 3 o'clock in the morning. That wound up didn't happen because, mind you, the night before I got drunk again. So I was fucked up. I was fucked up Thursday. What was that? Thursday night. I was fucked up Thursday night. So, Thursday. Thursday in the evening, I was fucked up. So I'm dealing with a little bit of a hangover. I'm dealing with not getting no adequate sleep since that Sunday that had just passed. So I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. Something tells me, get the fuck up. Go. Leave. Get the fuck out. Get out. So, put my shit on. I got 1 sock on. I got my Crocs on. I got 2. No, I ain't have my socks on at that time. I had my Crocs on, some sweatpants, and sweatshirt, and I got the fuck in the car. Went to go pick Juan and his son up. So that's 3 bodies. Called Anonymous. And I was like, okay, we're going to the one in Waldorf, right? So meet us there. You gotta be there. You gotta be there. He was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be there. Yeah. So finally, I'm heading up 301 after picking up Juan. And I told his son, I said, because we got to pass the Best Buy before we get to the Target. I told him, I was like, look over at Best Buy and see if you see anybody camped out over there. And he looked, he was like, man, I see 2 chairs. And I was like, oh, shit, man. I hope ain't nobody at the Target. Right? So we pulled into the Target parking lot. Bam. There is no chairs sitting out there. Nobody has anything to signify, hey, I'm number 1. I'm the motherfucker that's first here. Nobody. Man, I stopped that motherfucking car so fast, Juan's son could have flew out that fucking window. I said, I hit him with the God of War joint. I said, get out and help me, boy. Get out and help me with these chairs, boy. So get out, put the 4 chairs out, bam. As I'm parking the car, right, there was this car that was behind me with these 4 cats that was in it, right? Now, mind you, to come to find out, they've been sitting out there since 7 o'clock that evening, but they didn't put their chairs out there. So we put our chairs out there, and the 4 cats came out after that, and they had such a disappointing look on their face. And I'm like, okay, it's 8 of us. They got 8. We straight. But then it come to find out that the 4 of them only was getting 2 because the other 2 already had it secured somewhere else. So I'm like, okay, we straight. So, you know, I speak to the guys. I'm like, look, we're going to go on the honor system because if some motherfuckers come up here and try to bogart, we got to try to defend the home front. I was like, you know what I'm saying? We got to do this, that, and the other. And they was like, cool. Now, this is where the story takes a turn for the blur. Because mind you, I'm tired and all this other shit. So we sitting down. So we 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's me, Mike, Juan, and Anonymous. Plus the 2 cats that's in the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We straight. We put our chairs on the side of the Target doors that was the entry doors because that's where you camp out at. If you're going to camp out, that's where you put it. You put yours on the side that people go in, right? So these 4 dumbass motherfuckers, and I hope they watching, or I hope they get to see this shit. You dumbass motherfuckers that came up to the Target at Waldorf, you pussy ass niggas. So these niggas came up to the door or came up and they was like, oh, y'all here for the PlayStation? We was like, yeah. And I say, Mo, the line started back there. These niggas start camping out on the other side of the door where the exit door was. So one nigga had a large ass hammock, a red hammock, and then the other 3 niggas had some low beach chairs, right? So they sat out there. So me and Anonymous looking at these motherfuckers like they may try to start some shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't come. It had to have been at least about an hour after we sat out there. And then they come straggling up and shit. And then they put their shit on that side. Now, mind you, the whole night, we smelling weed. You know what I'm saying? And I really can't fuck with it because I got to take a piss test. You know what I'm saying? We smelling weed all fucking night. They blazing up and shit. And them, they come to find out they drinking and all that other shit on the other side. But the camera is right here, right? We're below the camera. And keep this in mind. We're below the surveillance camera. I'm not married. Mike is. And His wife name is Dot. So it's cold as a motherfucker out there. So I go back to the car because I ain't got no socks on, right? The previous night when I was camping out at GameStop, I had put 2 socks in the trunk of my car, and 2 pairs of socks, no, a pair of socks and 3 pair of drawers, because my mother lived down the street and I was just gonna go, you know what I'm saying, wash up, change my drawers, come back, you know what I'm saying, because it wasn't a big deal. My cousin Sean, she lived right across the street. I could have went over her house, washed up, changed my drawers, came back. So all that shit was in the trunk. So the dudes out there camping, you know what I'm saying, on the other side, so they decide to fall asleep. They sleep, and, you know what I'm saying, they out. Because the weed and the liquor done got to them. So me and Anonymous, we decided to go inside the car to warm up. So as we're warming up and shit, Anonymous say, look, he say, look. The niggas getting up. And we was like, oh, they about to dip. Mind you, I forgot to say that when they had first pulled up, they tried to throw some conversation. Pussy ass nigga. They tried to throw some conversation about Oxon Hill having some. They was like, y'all know Oxon Hill got some. So if you hip to the game and shit, right? That's trying to intimidate the motherfucker, because that's saying, yeah, they got some over at Oxon Hill, man. Y'all might as well just go up, get up and leave. Won't y'all go there? You know what I'm saying? To move. So that's what they was really saying. That's what was really being translated. That. So we in the car warming up. This is about like maybe about 4 o'clock in the morning. They decide to get up. Mind you, they've been out there since 1 o'clock, I think. And they move their hammock and all that other shit to decide where everybody camping supposed to camp at and shit. Then after we come back out, me and Anonymous, we get all comfortable and shit. He wrapping his blanket, I wrapping my blanket. I got 1 sock on, and I got my gout hurting and all this other shit. So the Bama come up to us, and the Bama says, oh, y'all real gamers out here. We was like, yeah, we real gamers out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, man, I don't really do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, so what, you a scalper or something? You just getting it to resell it? And then I'm just ignoring them after that, because now I'm getting pissed, because I know where this shit is leading to. Then the motherfucker gonna say, man, I only saw, he was like, I ain't trying to start no confusion, but I only saw 2 people up here when we came out and all this other shit. I'm like, he was like, I seen one nigga with some shades on, and he had this mask, or this Yoshi, some shit mask on. And he kept saying that shit. He said it like maybe 5 or 6 times. So finally, because I'm deep in the cover and shit, I pulled my glasses out. These are not fucking shades. These are prescription glasses. All my glasses have tin in it, right? Because it's something with the lighting that affects my eyes, right? That hurts my eyes. And the sun bothered my eyes. So that's why all my glasses have some type of tin in it and shit, right? So he was trying to say that he did not see us, but when he came out there, he only saw 2 chairs. And I'm trying to get to this nigga. How you see only 2 chairs when I came up, I pulled everything out of the car and put that shit there, right? I had 4 chairs plus Juan's Walker. So if you was there, how the fuck 4 of my chairs, 1 of Juan's Walker, and 2 additional chairs beat you if you was there before me? You would have put your shit there before me. Mind you, these niggas got here an hour after I left. I mean, an hour after I got there. So this nigga selling all these wolf tickets and all this other shit, and he was like, man, well, you know, we gonna contest this in the fucking morning. And then he kept saying this shit about, man, I was out here and all this other shit. Then I turned to the guy that's beside me. I was like, hey, man, this is you trumping? No, I talked to the dude because he was talking to me. because Anonymous had said something to him, and he was like, man, I ain't got time for this, Bama. And then he put the shit back over his head and went back to sleep. But I'm nudging him like, look, if some shit go down, man, we got to get ready. So, because he thought that we was some straight up bitches and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, what did he do? He, no, I'm sorry. He kept saying he only saw 2 chairs and shit out there. So I said, what the fuck, you trumping me? He was like, what you mean? What you say? I said, you trumping me? Then I turned to the guy. I was like, this nigga ain't listening, man. This motherfucker is not listening. I was like, how the fuck you gonna say you was here when we was here? I said, these niggas behind me ain't even squabbling. They was here before me. They was here at 7 o'clock. I got up to Target at like 10:57. Target was already fucking closed. These niggas was already up here, but they just didn't put their chairs out in time. When I got up in the front of the Target, I took all that shit out and started lining up at the door. The niggas behind me wasn't even squabbling because they was only getting 2 out of the 4 niggas that was there. Only 2 of them was getting it. So that was that right there. Then I told the dudes, hey, look, man, you still got a chance to get them 2. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 left. Between the 4 y'all niggas, y'all can get 2 of them. Y'all can squabble over who get the 2. You know what I mean? So then after that, we came out and we started going to sleep, right? So Anonymous, he was going back and forth to the car to warm up. Because Juan had came out there once while we was in the car, but you know, Juan had a stroke and I ain't want my man out there because he's using his walker and I don't want him out there with the respiratory problems and shit like that. I'll take the heat for that shit. I'll take the cold. You know, my gout hurting like a motherfucker, but I'm out there, cold feet. I got 1 sock on. I'm cold as shit, trying to wrap my foot up in the blanket. Took my Crocs off, tried to wrap my feet up in the fucking blanket and shit. So the Bama, after he tried to intimidate us, because that's what you do. You go up there and like, yeah, y'all gamers and shit. And yeah, and all this, like, nigga, what you talking about, man? What you talking about? You wasn't here. I don't have to keep explaining. I don't have to keep explaining to you. I said, man, I'm a grown ass motherfucking man, dog. I don't have to keep talking to you, Slim. So he was like, he had dipped off, and then he had came back again. So the motherfucker said, man, I don't see why we out here arguing over no game system, because he wasn't a gamer. He was just gonna get the shit to scalp it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, but in the morning we gonna talk to the store and all this other shit. So I was like, bet, you can talk to whoever the fuck you want to talk to. I said 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I'm concerned about. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the 2 niggas that was behind me that was getting it, but the only thing I was concerned about was 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't give a fuck what you do after 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do whatever the fuck you want to, but don't fuck with 1, 2, 3, and 4, because it's a dead situation, Slim. So, all right, the morning come up, and Stan made fucking Mike. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. Now, Mike and Dot, remember, Dot is Mike's wife. Dot can, I don't know how the fuck this is, but this is how it happened to me. I called up Dot, right? And I said, all right, where you at? Because, Mike, you had to be to work at 5, right?
Yep.
I'm on the phone.
5:45, something like that.
I'm on the phone with Mike at 4 something. Oh, was it? What time? It was like 4.
It was like 4. No, it was like 5:20.
Okay. Center yourself, Mike. You
Oh, my bad. Getting too comfortable. My bad. I'm still tired.
So
go ahead.
So I got off the phone. I'm talking to Mike, right? So I'm like, all right, y'all just come up here. You on your way? Dot says yes. Remember, Dot is Mike's wife, right? Dot is Mike's wife, right? Dot is Mike's wife. So I get off the phone with Dot, because Dot is dropping Mike off for inventory because he can't stand out there with us. So she's taking this spot. But we already got 4 bodies out there, but that's just for show, because Juan's son, ain't nobody gonna believe that Juan's son is gonna pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Dot finally get up there, but see, I don't know, because I had just in my thinking, maybe I was asleep for a while, but in my thinking, I had just got off the phone with Dot. 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes, maybe 7 minutes or some shit like that. I had just got off the phone with her. So Anonymous say, ain't that Dot right there? I said, ain't no way that's Dot because I just got off the phone with her. Mind you, from where she had to drop Mike off at and the way she had to come is a good, like, I would say 30 minutes, 35-minute drive. 35-minute drive. Because getting out of that parking lot of where you work at is some shit any time of day that you do that. I was like, that ain't Dot. So Dot, somebody started coming up. And as the figures getting closer, I'm seeing light skin. That is Dot. I'm thinking, how the fuck she just get up here? Because I could have swore I just got off the phone with it like 7 fucking minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. I said, Dot, what the fuck you do? Like 200 to get up here? Because you couldn't get up here in no fucking 7 minutes from where you dropped Mike off. I'm thinking she was on 301 and she just shoved Mike out the fucking window and said, you better tuck and roll or something.
You got it. Go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking happened because amazingly she got up there. So this was around 5 something in the morning. So Doc comes, sit in the chair. So that's officially our 4 people that's getting it. Bam. This is where it gets interesting, y'all. So wake up in the morning. Target doesn't open up to 8 o'clock. I'm setting my alarm clock. Finally get up. The lady comes out and she says, I only have a few copies. I can only sell what I have. She said, y'all got to line up. I need a line. Y'all need to line up. I only have a few copies, which I'm thinking she only had 8 because that's what the app said. She only got 8. She was like, I'm only going to sell what I have. I can't sell what I have. These 2 clown pussy ass niggas came up, fake ass, thug ass, bitch ass, pussy ass niggas came up. Hold up, Mike, your son can't hear me, can he?
No, I got you on the headset. You good.
Okay.
It's too late after that anyway, bro. You guys that now?
So these pussy clown ass dudes came up and they came straight to the girl and said, man, we was out here, but something about they only had 2 chairs out here or I only saw 2 of them. But the lady said, when I came up, I seen them 4. I mean, I seen, them 4. Plus, she was talking about the 4 that was behind us. She said, I'm only going to sell it to them because that's what I saw. And I'm trying to tell a lady, because he's trying to tell her that we kind of like bust in front of them. And I'm telling them, like, how the fuck can a walker 4 chairs and the 4 chairs that was behind us bust in front of you if you was here first?
Yep.
How a walker, a fucking walker, walker beat your hammock and your 1 hammock and your 3 fucking beach chairs? So he was like all this other shit, woo woo woo, trying to plead his case. And then the nigga say, I forgot to say on the GameStop, there was a hard story. The GameStop, I'll go back to that real quick. There was a nigga when we was lined up because they was only letting people that pre-ordered their shit in first. But there was this nigga that came up with an Army controller that tried to bust in front of us to try to get one. And I told the dude, I was like, nigga, if you touch that door, I'm gonna pull you by your fucking dreads, right? Because he just ignored us, right? So he went in there anyway, and then they told him you had to get out because first of all he had no mask on, and then they didn't have any more Xboxes to sell. So back to the PlayStation horror story. So the motherfucker was like talking all this shit about, man, if I don't get one, ain't nobody gonna get one. And I said, Slim, it's too many niggas out here for you to get fucked up off a fucking video game console. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm selling Anonymous, knowing I got the Crocs on, and you know I'm using them as slip-ons. I said, let me tighten up the Crocs, put the little strap behind the ankle just in case some shit have to go down. Cause I don't want to have to be punching the motherfucker and slip. Because if I hit a nigga, I'm gonna slip right out of these Crocs, and my gout going to already hurt first of all. And like as soon as I throw a punch, I'm gonna stamp on the gout, hit him with the motherfucking left, and then I'm be in pain. But then I'm being so much pain that I'm gonna have to take the pain out on his motherfucking chin, on his body, or whatever the fuck I gotta hit to let this nigga know that I ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time the nigga thought we was soft and shit, talking all that wolf tickets and all that other shit. So when he said that, he was like, well, if I don't get one, ain't nobody gonna get one. Then the lady said, well, I'm not gonna open up the store. Then that's when the nigga said, fine, then ain't nobody getting one then. Then the motherfucker started to go back towards his squad, his little 3-man squad. Well, 4 people squad, right? And then that's when me and the nigga started having some words and shit. Because the nigga thought I was going back down. I'm like, nah, Slim, I've been doing this shit too long. Because even if you camping out for shoes and shit like that, you know what to do. You niggas that go get these Jordans and stuff like that, if you camp out in line, and that's the type of nigga that he is, you know to put something out there to solidify like that's your place. Even if you gotta put a motherfucking Pepsi bottle right there, like, nah, that's my spot right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding that. That's what the fuck you had to do. So he knew the game, because he was like, I don't normally do this shit. Or I don't do this game camping shit, so I don't know what the rules are. Nigga, it ain't no rules. You get out there, you put your shit in there, that's it. It ain't no fucking, nah, Slim.
Sure.
We not going to keep going with the back and forth, because I'm not with the whole talking situation. I don't like to do the whole talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So she go inside and she closes up the doors. Next thing you know, about 5 minutes later, Charles County finest, like 10 of them, 10, 12 of them, come up to the motherfucking top.
I was fast as hell.
And only thing she said, hello, 911, who's talking? I'm white. Where you at, Target? And them motherfuckers came up there. They didn't even know what the fucking problem was, because when the cops came out, he was like, oh, y'all here to do what? And they didn't know what the fuck was going on. Then that's when the lady came out. No, before the lady came out, I was like, oh yeah, talk your tough shit now, bruh. Talk your shit like if you don't get one, ain't nobody gonna get one. Then that's when this bitch ass nigga started clamming up. I knew you was a bitch, and I hope this gets to you. I knew you was a bitch. I knew you was a soft ass motherfucker. Because the nigga was like, nah, that's not what I was saying. I was saying that it was unfair, that all this other shit. And I'm trying to tell the cops, I was like, if he was here before we was, then how come he's not in front of us? How come he's not in front of us? Because the lady saw who was in line. And even matter of fact, that night before they opened, there was a Target. She had to have been some type of manager. There was somebody that came up and pulled on us, but they was talking to the cats that was behind us. They was like, won't y'all go under the ottoman so y'all can get out the rain and shit. So I was like, okay. When they pulled up, they didn't see anybody on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga was like, I ain't, it ain't fair and all this other shit because they wasn't out. Now this is where the kicker was. I think when they saw Dot get out the car and then come sit with us, then that's when they was hiding fish grease. But it wasn't no fucking matter, no way, because the only people we had to really do some explaining to, and we really didn't have to, I don't have to explain to no motherfucking body. Look, I set my chairs out there. You see 4, but I did the courtesy, like, look, I got 4 chairs holding for 4 people. They was like, okay, cool. It was like, we ain't mad at y'all because we should have been put out shit out here because we only getting 2 anyway. So I said, fine. So remember I said Dot is Mike's wife. Dot is Mike's wife. Mike is married. I'm not. So when she started handing out the tickets, she was like, are y'all in groups or are y'all just getting one? You know what I'm saying? Because it's only one person household. I said, no, everybody's getting an individual. She was like, I know he's not getting one. And she was pointing at Juan's son. She was like, no, he's my son. I said, you know why he's out here? Because he's helping his father. Because his father is disabled and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's helping him out with his walker and stuff like that. So,
I mean, yeah.
So,
yeah.
So, what happened?
No.
They handed out the tickets. They started handing out the tickets. What happened was they had 8, supposedly. But they only handed out 7 tickets. So even if the nigga would have been behind us, he would have had the chance to get one. But come to find out that one of those tickets went to the Target employees. because Obama started walking out before
That was cool.
we even came in, and that's when Anonymous peeped that shit. Because when they handed out us our tickets, they had 6 counters already readied up. They had customer service and they had the lines already up. So we was in there no more than a minute, but we had to wait for Juan because he was paying off with the with a couple of different cards and shit, right? So as they handing out tickets, one of the girl that was with these salty ass, bum ass, bitch ass, salty ass, you ain't get a PlayStation 5 ass niggas. The dude was like, they married. He pointing to me and Dot. He said they married. So they trying to cancel one of our tickets. Oh, they married. And I'm like, how the fuck you get me and Dot married out of that? You know what I'm saying? Then I turned to Dot. I said, hey Dot, do Mike know about this? You know what I'm saying? I said, Mike know about this? I said, shit, we can pull out our driver's license to show you we're at a different address. I'm like, we not married. That's my man's wife. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, they married. So it didn't hold no weight and shit. And I think I had called Mike later on that day. I said, Mike, I hate to tell you, but I guess Target wound up marrying me and Dot. So I don't know if you want to move out the house or, you know what I'm saying, get us a new China pattern or what's going on. Like how you want to do it. Because I was trying to tell Dot not to tell him because I wanted to tell him in the stream today about what happened. And then we started clowning these niggas. I told the police, I said, well, since we married, are y'all going to register us at Target? Because we need this and that and this, that, the other, some forks, some spoons, some blankets.
What the police say?
Yeah. The police was just laughing. Because they was laughing at these niggas because what they were saying didn't make any sense. Because after Anonymous said it's a free country, just like the beach. It's a free open space, just like the beach. When you go out on the beach and you set your lawn chairs out there, you occupying that spot. So he was like, done deal. You know what I'm saying? The police was like, I had told the police, I was like, look, if they claim they was out here before us, then how come their chairs and stuff wasn't out here? And how come that we were in front of them? And then after we got inside the Target, even the lady that was handing out tickets was clowning. She was like, we know we wasn't paying attention to him. She said, when I walked up to the door, I seen y'all was the first 4, and that's who I was going to get the tickets to. So it didn't matter. The only reason why she called the police is because of the threat that little pussy ass, you ain't get a PlayStation ass nigga, said and shit. And that goes, I got to give it up to those Charles County cops that did come out there because they didn't act like no assholes because it was heated out there because we was going back, or at least I was going back and forth with the nigga. So the level of the vocals was high. They could have easily been, nah, y'all get in line and all this other shit. Boop, 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 boop. They could have easily did that shit, but they was real calm and shit because then I was telling there was another dude that was going in on the dude. So finally I was like, nah. Don't say nothing. Because the nigga want us to act up because he not getting here, so he want to fuck it up for everybody else. So I was like, that's when I started clowning, talking about the registry and all this other shit. And I was like, you gonna come to the wedding and all this other shit. And I was just clowning these niggas after that point. But apparently Mike's wife and I got married at Target. I don't know what time we got. Well, maybe it was like 8:05 in the fucking morning. That's when we got married. I don't know. Apparently, but how the fuck she get? And I asked Dot. I was like, how the fuck she get we married out of that? How the fuck she
wanted to get one? Yeah.
How the fuck you get me and Dot are married out of that? So that's the hard story of it, how we got the PlayStation and the Xbox. But let me see. So guys, we wasn't able to hit the 30 mark. We're about to wrap it up. Because I gotta take the dogs out so they can piss and shit and all that other shit they gotta do. Get something to eat and all this other shit. But look, guys. Again, if you're able to get the Xbox Series X or you're able to get the PlayStation 5, It's well worth your investment. Just don't pay long.
Super amount of money. Yeah.
Just don't pay the exorbitant price of over $1,000. Not even $1,000, because you're giving power to these scalpers. Let them bite that fucking investment that they spent. It's a motherfucker that got like 30 units, and I know you use them bots.
Yep.
Let them eat all that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. 30 units. Guy got 25 units. Yeah.
You're going to be able to get them. You're going to be able to get them sometime this week. What you have to do, and I'm going to tell y'all where to go. You have to go to either popfinder.com. Pop is POPFINDR.com. Again, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
Let me write it here. I think that's right. Popfinder.com. Or just type in to your search bar Pop Finder. And when you go to Pop Finder, it's going to give you a list of places where you can check in inventory. And this is not just for the PlayStation. This is for any other item that you want to find. It's going to give you somewhat of an accurate number of what item you're looking for that's inside that store. You have to be real diligent to do that. If you have an Apple phone, you can download a app called My Store, and I'll put that also in the chat. My Store. You look for that. My Store has a red magnifying glass. Now that's only applies to Target, and it's going to the top portion is going to say set your store. The bottom portion is going to say something else. Let me pull up the. Oh, my fucking phone dead. But that's what it's going to say. It's going to tell you what store has what, and you could go out there and find it. You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday when I did a live stream, we found that there was a store that had 2 Xbox S's, Series X's, that you could have went to go pick up. And that's what you're going to have to do. As soon as you find it, because now they can sell it inside the stores, go pick it up. There was a incident where somebody brought an Xbox Series X inside of Walmart, and they brought this on launch day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You just gotta go to these West Bummerfuck stores that's out in the sticks, that don't get a lot of foot traffic, and those are the best ones that you can find. That might possibly have one. In the upcoming weeks, they're going to start having some. You just have to find out where it is. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all doing searches at like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, as soon as you find a store that has one, you need to get the fuck out the house and go post up, because I didn't know that people was going to be on this shit, on that Pop Finder and that My Store. Because like I said, I was going to go out to Target at 3 o'clock in the morning. If I would have, I would have been short.
You would have missed out, yep.
I would have definitely missed out. Because niggas was pulling up at 12 o'clock asking why we was out there. You know what I'm saying? So our spot would have been way gone. And there was nothing that we could do about it. Because if I would have got out there at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I seen them all out there, I would have just turned around. I would have went to the ghetto ass Oxon Hill, because Oxon Hill had 14 of them. I would have went there, or I would have woke up this morning and started hitting GameStops and see who didn't pick up their reserves. Oh, I forgot to say, when we had got ours out of Target, there was this pussy ass dude that worked with you and I, Mike, but he was a cashier. As soon as we get mine, walk out the door, this nigga gonna say, "I got $700 for that junk. Take it off your hands." Man, you clown motherfucker. It was a white dude, but he had this white black shit in him. If you saw his face, you
I
would know
would
who
know
I'm
who he
talking.
is.
Huh?
You said if I saw his face, I would know who he is.
Yeah.
White black dude.
It's a dude that you could tell he kind of, you know what I'm saying, grew up around black people, or he just, because he used to be a cashier. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And he tried to get it for the 7. Nah, bro. Even if I was going to sell it, nah, not for no 7. I would have made a profit. That's if I was one of these dumbass scalper motherfuckers. I would have made a profit. But I got my consoles to game, not the fucking sale. And that's it. So, hey, yo, y'all, I appreciate.
Most definitely.
Oh, HD got his from Amazon. Good thing, bro.
You got, you had to deal with all the other headache.
Yeah. Except
for probably acquiring it on when the pre-orders dropped. You probably was lucky enough to get it.
Yeah.
Went there like the day, not even the day, immediately after the freaking press conference, and he probably went over there and tried to secure it then. So, So good ups to you, bro.
Hey, man, big ups to everybody who watched the stream.
Definitely appreciate
who's watching the rebroadcast of it. Hey, man, look, please, we got some promotions going on, fam. We got the Cyberpunk $1 raffle, right? You donate $1 to the Gamer Show using our Cash App. That's Cash App, $, THAGAMERSSHOW. You donate $1 or $2, and then you tell us you want to be in the raffle, which raffle you want to be in, and what system that you want it for. For at least Cyberpunk, if you donate $2, we will assume that you want one for the Xbox and one for the PlayStation, as those are the 2 copies that we're giving away. And we're also doing, at the end of the year, the Christmas really big giveaway. And that's $5 donating to the Gamer Show. What you get with that is you'll get Super Mario 3D All-Stars, you get Cyberpunk, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Call of Duty, Cold War, and Madden 2021. And the more people that participate in that raffle, the more games that we will add. So more people participate, man, the more stuff that we're going to add. You know what I'm saying? So you do all that by going to Cash App, $, THAGAMERSSHOW. If you're doing the dollar raffle for the Cyberpunk, whenever the fuck that comes out, we'll announce it. You tell me, okay, if you donated $2, you say, okay, I want them both on Xbox, or I want them both on PlayStation, or I want them on Xbox and PlayStation. If you do the $5, you just put in Christmas raffle. We know that you want to join for the Christmas. And mind you guys, we are not sponsored. You know what I'm saying? So, especially if you win this fucking Christmas raffle, all that shit that's in the box. And we got somebody that's in the chat right now. Chimichanga. He can contest to this shit, bruh. Chimmy done won so much fucking shit off of us. He done won so much shit off. And you gotta be honest, Chimmy. When you first started following us, because we don't consider you as a fan, we say family, right? When you first started following us, and tell the honest to God truth, you thought we was bullshitting on getting you out them games. But as soon as he got that game, he was like, yeah, and he started participating in them fucking raffles. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And Chimmy, what Chimmy do? That's done. That's in the comments. That's tight. I think that's done. But you can get in contact with him and ask him himself. He got that shit. He won a couple of games, I think.
Yeah,
I forgot what, but he won a ton of stuff, man. And when you get the shit shipped out, you pay for your shipping. Hey, man, especially if you get that whole bundle, you getting well over $300 worth of prizes. And if you got to pay $10 for shipping for all that shit, because all of it's gonna come in one box. If you got to pay $10 for that, you done paid $5 for your raffle donation ticket, and you done paid whatever for your shipping, but you got $300 worth of free stuff, man. Look, if you're not willing to do that, then you know what I'm saying, it's not for you.
Good.
All right. I just found the PS5 exclusive. Done.
What's up?
What was the
was it?
PS5 exclusive?
Don't say bug snacks.
he say, dude, I was spreading your name faster than Corona. I'm telling you, man. Chimmy won a lot of shit from us, man. And then it was even sometimes because he was such a fucking dedicated family member to watch us. Sometimes we just gave him shit. He was like, I forget what. It's so much shit that he had won and then we had just gave him that I can't remember. But we just used to just give him shit. Just like, man, here. We even gave shit to people that talk shit about us. I had one dude that said, you wrong, you stupid motherfucker, and all this other stuff. Something that he said, and I said, well, I turned around on him, right? I said, I appreciate you watching the show. I appreciate your comment. I appreciate the love. Here's a code for, I think I gave him Watch Dogs. Here's a code for Watch Dogs. The dude later came back in the chat and said, man, I apologize for going in on you like that. I am so sorry. I said, don't worry about it. I said, I'm not even going to delete the conversation because this channel is free fucking speech. Whatever the fuck you got to type in, whatever you got to say, you can say what the fuck you want to say. I mean, my man fucking Elbow Media Studios, this nigga say I look like a fucking background singer for Teddy Pendergrass with all this shit on right here. He's like, Fred, before you go on, man, shave your shit before you go on looking all old school. If he was watching the chat right now, he'd tell you, like I sing doo-wop background for Teddy, you know what I'm saying? But that's my man though. But this channel is, you can say what the fuck you want to say,
right.
And we don't care. Because if you say what you want to say, you disagreeing with us, hey, you watching the fucking show any fucking way. And if you disrespect us, we're not going to come back at you like that because that's not who I am, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not who Mike is. So we don't do that type shit, man. We appreciate everybody that supported us from the day one that we launched this show to right now. I mean, the viewage and the subscriptions are not as high as we would like them to be, but we getting there, bruh. We getting there. And the way that we feel is that a lot of gamers, even with this pandemic shit going on right now, there's a lot of people that want a game that can't afford the game. So my heart goes out to that. Y'all got to keep in mind, I'm going to tell y'all something that's not a secret. All this shit that I got now, cars, homes, PlayStations, all this other shit, I was once homeless. Sleeping in my car, bruh. And that happened maybe 10 years ago. This is when me and Mike was working together. You know what I'm saying?
And I didn't even know.
Yeah. That I got into a better situation when we had started doing the show. But the first time I started working with him, I was homeless. The first day that I started working at the store, I was homeless, bro. I was homeless. But that turned around to me acquiring all this shit that I got now. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
amazing,
I know the
bro.
fucking struggle, bro. And luckily, I had a Dodge Magnum. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, you could pull the seats down. That was the station
Yes,
wagon.
that was a beautiful car,
Yeah.
bro.
And
Yes,
I can lay
sir.
the fuck out. You know, it ain't like what I got now. You cannot sleep. Well, you can sleep in the truck, but you can't sleep in that fucking Mustang. Hell nah. Because I know Juan's son was uncomfortable sleeping in the back of that motherfucker, man. But look, we know how it is for people that's less fortunate than us. That's why we do some of the shit that we do, to give y'all opportunity to get the stuff. Like I said, we're not sponsored, and a lot of stuff when we ask you to participate in these raffles and stuff like that, the only thing we're asking you to do is just become a subscriber of the YouTube channel. That's all you got to do to be eligible for any of this stuff that we give away or whatever. You just have to be a subscriber to the channel. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one day we get up there with the fucking Lamar Wilsons and all these other motherfuckers that got Dr. Disrespect with his flashing his penis in the bathroom ass and all this other shit. Hopefully we don't get like him and shit, but hopefully we get to a point where where we can say fuck that time clock and we can just do this for a time.
All the time, yeah.
And the gaming show has graduated so much from just talking about games. We talk about everyday lives because with this launch of this PlayStation and how these niggas tried to punk me like I was some little bitch, gamers, we are not what a lot of people project us to be. We not soft. We not passive. We not no fucking like, yeah, you can push us over. Nah, you can try it if you want to. You know what I mean? But yeah, you try that. You tried that, you pussy ass. You ain't get a PlayStation 4, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You tried it, but you failed tremendously. But again, Mike, you want to say anything before we close it out?
Well, man, you just said enough, man. Like you said, the appreciation, man, it goes out as far as even from the beginning to where we are now, man. I definitely appreciate that. And stuff happened for a reason, and some people come into your life and stuff like that. So man, it's been a blessing, and continue on growth, and man, just look forward to the future, man. We got so many plans ahead in the future, man, just to lay on out, and hopefully, well, I know you guys are gonna love it as far as when it comes to fruition. So, continue on watching us. We'll keep on saying, won't be bullcrapping you with no out of the side of the mouth talk, and we're just gonna let you guys know how it is and how we honestly feel about stuff. So, there it is.
All right, man. That's it, man. Let's go ahead and close the show out, Mike.
All right, so like always, you guys can hit us up at thegameshow@gmail.com. That's thegameshow.net. Don't forget to head over to Facebook store page and find low prices. Don't forget to hit us up on VTime. Don't forget to subscribe and come be a sub member. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification button.
And please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media networks. Join our SteamOS community and our website community where you can get some free stuff. Oh shit, I remembered to end it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time on WWTF.
We want the facts.
The Gaming Show.
See you next time, people watching. Thanks always for tuning in.